We make a choice every day
to push harder,
to dream bigger,
to go beyond limits.
We balance lectures and late nights,
exams and extra training,
setbacks
and comebacks.
Because this is more than a university.
This is who we are.
Fueled by ambition,
United by belonging,
Driven by belief. The roar of the crowd.
The silence before the start.
in the shadow of those before us.
and the light of us to come.
The feeling when everything you've worked for
Comes down to this moment. This is where sport and well-being unleash something greater.
Where you grow into someone who can shape not just your world, but our world.
The world.
this is more than sport.
more than university.
Edinburgh.
Be more.
Good evening or good afternoon, late afternoon from the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. This is Saturday, day 2 of the 3-day meet, our Saturday finals. My name's Robert Taylor. With me this evening is the Scottish National Head Coach Ian Wright. Hello Ian, nice to work with you again this evening.
Yeah, good evening Robert. It's been a good meet so far. Looking forward to working with you tonight on the finals.
Indeed, we've got a lot of interesting finals coming up. One or two meet records went today in the juniors, and we're looking forward to probably a few more being going this evening. We kick off with a 400 IM. Each of the events, apart from the 800 free, we have a junior final, a B final, and what is classified as our super final. One of the highlights, I think, this evening is the 100 breaststroke. Adam Peaty back in the pool. and Philip Novacki, the world junior champion, is against him. So that may well be the highlight, Ian. After lots of things to look forward to this evening anyway. Match 6 field in Duncan Scott and battle in that 400 IM. We also have Kiana McInnes up against Ciara Slosson in the 200 butterfly last night. Kiana was first, Kiana second. They go head to head in the 100 this evening. And for the males, Edwin Mildred and the young Canadian Anton Semenuk go head to head. They're the fastest qualifiers in the 200. 400 IM for the girls later on. The youngster Evie Mackey from Lanark put in a very good swim, but she's got her work cut out against Mia Smith from Royal Tunbridge Wells, who took the junior record, 4:45.70. She'll be hoping to go an awful lot faster, I'm sure, in the evening final, Ian.
Yeah, she's really a hot prospect at the moment. Burst onto the scene last year, and she might go, we would expect her to go at least under 4:40 tonight. But that was a good swim from Evie this morning, and Susan McNair. It's good to see those two racing again. I'm looking forward to that women's 100 fly that you mentioned. Ciara, Kiana, Lucy, our top 3 Scots all going in that one. Like you said earlier, the men's breaststroke race with the 2 up-and-coming pretenders, Max Morgan and Philip Novacki, up against Adam Peaty and the well-established Gregory Butler as well. So a really fascinating racing prospect. Yeah,
lots to look forward to. Lauren Cox in that 50 backstroke, she took meet record last night in that one, so she'll be, I'm sure, hoping to take that one this evening.
Also, our first event when there's the junior and the B, but in the main final we've got Max Litchfield against Duncan Scott, so that should be a good head-to-head, because those two are about the same level PB-wise in this event, so that'll be interesting.
And we have Cara Hanlon, Anna Morgan and Katie Goodburn, the 3 Edinburgh swimmers who go head-to-head in the 50 breast later on this evening. No Anna Evans in that one. I'm sure Cara's quite delighted that
I think Anna Harrod just opting this weekend to focus on the 200 tomorrow and the relay at the end of the finals tomorrow. Not so much concentration. I don't think she really trains with the intent for the 50, but she's good at it, as we know. But she's prioritising the 100 and the 200 at the moment. But yeah, Katie, Cara, Anna, also Charlotte Hardy, another Scottish girl in that race. We're looking forward to see how they go, because they're always fighting it out between them.
And a good one to finish with, you in the 200 freestyle, that A final.
Yeah, we've got
some quality in there. Some well-established Abby Wood, Faye Anderson, hopefully getting back to where she was a few years back. The youngster Theodora Taylor.
It's a stacked field, really, to be fair, with a couple of foreigners in there as well. Leah Slosson, GB International, Freya, many times world and Olympic medalist. Theodora Taylor, she's the new up-and-coming junior female as well, alongside Emily Smith. Incredibly good at breaststroke as well as freestyle, and also good at medley. So, and then Freya Colbert and Abby Wood. So, race on there.
Yeah, Theodora was very impressive last night in the breaststroke, and swam really well both today and yesterday. So
you'd have to assume Freya Colbert remains the favourite there.
Yeah, you would say so.
Given current form.
Given it the Theodora was in one of the earlier heats, the others really just doing enough to qualify. But Theodora took the junior record in the afternoon. So we get underway with male and open 400 metres IM. That's the first event. This is the junior final. So the swimmers all ready to go. All there. Ruben Thomas from Mount Kelly College in 1. Joe Jennings from Team England in 2. Gregor Ross, City Glasgow 3, Isaac Thompson, Mount Kelly in 4, Joshua Keogh, Team England 5, Toby Bullock, Midlothian in 6, Finlay Bruce, Perth City 7, Aidan Anderson, University of Aberdeen Performance in 8. So this will be an interesting one, Ian. Some of our good juniors, Toby Bullock, Finlay Bruce, and very promising youngster from Aberdeen area, Aidan Anderson, over that far side. They've got Isaac Thompson, Joshua Keogh, who were a wee bit faster in the heats earlier on to contend with.
Yeah, we've got two members of the Scottish national junior team in this race, in Finlay Bruce and Aidan Anderson. I think Finlay's showing good form at the moment, and he's a good backstroker. Main event is the 200 back, so he should be really aiming to get out and strong. If he's wanting to do well here, he needs to take a lead on this backstroke. And outside of him, as you say, Aidan Anderson, more known for his distance freestyle, but he likes to swim the 400 medley as well. So he's okay, but watch out for him coming through later on.
Early stages, Isaac Thompson from Mount Kelly has about a body length advantage over Bruce over in lane 7, the red cap of Perth City, with Joshua Keogh from Team England just about a couple of seconds or so further back. And nice start from Thompson.
Yeah, he looks a really accomplished backstroker, pulling away really here from Finlay Bruce, and lane 5, isn't it? Josh Keogh.
You'll see on your caption the splits for every 50, and you'll just see how fast that 50 was, a 33.89, whereas the other guys are probably around about 35, 36. Here we are. He's,
you can see how the stroke, just that one stroke, separated everyone. At the end of the fly, there was about 5 or 6 people quite close together. At the end of the backstroke, it's like massively split. And the breaststroke will change it again.
Well, Finlay Bruce has a bit of body length advantage in second place. But at the moment, Isaac Thompson going particularly well now. If that,
I expect to see Gregor Ross trying to make a move here. He's usually good on the breaststroke leg, but he's quite a way behind. But he might push through, turning in third now with the 30. He's got the fastest split there, 38. That's quite good. But he's usually not so good on the freestyle in the back end of his 400 IM.
Very true, Ian. Yeah, he needs really to push on as best he can. This is by as far as his strength, his breaststroke, and you can see just how much he's pulling away from some of the swimmers in 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Well, Finlay Bruce is hanging on in there. Yeah. He looks going well. If he carries on this, you'd expect him to be inside his heat time.
So a good breaststroke there from Gregor, just gone into second, but you'd think that Finlay and Toby Bullock might claw that back. Toby Bullock, useful IM swimmer from Midlothian.
Yeah, the Midlothian team usually have good medley swimmers amongst them.
Now they are closing maybe a wee bit on our long-term leader, 33.77. Finlay Bruce and Toby Bullock. Toby Bullock certainly making some headway.
Now you just got to go for the sprint here as you see the others coming at you. So head down and go for it. Probably in a lot of pain right now.
Well, Finlay Bruce looks strong enough to hang on to take second. Toby Bullock coming through strongly into third place. Isaac Thompson, Mount Kelly, comes in. Nice improved time, as you would almost expect, Ian, from the heats earlier on. Some of them doing enough probably to qualify for the junior final and leaving enough in the tank for this evening. So well done to Isaac.
Yeah, some good swimming certainly from the top 4 or 5 there. Big improvements on their heat performance.
So that's the first one underway. Swimmers poolside are all taking part in the B final. So your caption will give you the list of swimmers. There we have it. Lewis Maxwell from Derwent side and Gateshead. 2 is Wilfred Lay from Millfield School. 3 Philip Yero from PK Azek. 4 is Thomas Wilkinson, Loughborough University. 5 Benjamin Prynham, Surrey University. 6 Donatas Daragusis, Chelsea and Westminster. 7 Frank Lamb from Millfield School, and 8 Alexei Denisov from Plymouth College. Well, about 3.5, 4 seconds in times being fastest and slowest. 4:38.40, actually always 5 seconds, 4:43.11. And a wide range of ages in this B final. Doesn't matter if you're a junior, if you've got a time that's fast enough to get you in an A or B final, you swim in that particular event. And 4 under 18 and under in this one. So
quite an international field, this B final.
Is indeed. Estonian from Plymouth College, Alexei Denisov. Fairly level start. You don't want to go out too hard in the butterfly, Ian. You want to keep it controlled.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first length, it's nice to have a good time, but you don't want to be putting in much effort because it really hurts you later on. So most people will try and get through the fly reasonable time, not slow, but with the minimum effort they can have that keeps them in the race. So it's all about efficiency of the stroke, probably not using the legs too much. You might see softer leg kicks than you would normally do in a 50 fly race or a 100 fly race. Maybe breathing every stroke to make sure you're not going into oxygen debt too early. And then this first length of backstroke becomes really critical, because now you have to go, you know, and sometimes if you're not very good at fly, you spend the first 50 of backstroke recovering from the fly, and then everyone else is away from you. So you really need to be observant and focused when you go into the 50 back, and build into it, and then by the time you turn and come off the second length, you really need to attack this fourth length now.
Yeah, certainly my youngest daughter always used to say, you know, get the fly under your belt, and she was pretty good at fly, and she then was able to just relax on the backstroke, so to speak. Just get herself into the race and just
it can be another tactic. If you are really good at the butterfly and you can optimize your ability there, to then, and you're not very good at backstroke, you can maybe take a slightly different approach to it. But one thing we do say to the swimmers is to try, you know, often the case, not every time, but try and think of each length as the first length is controlled and steady, and then hard on the second length. And you build your first length and you go hard on the second. Almost what we call negative splitting, but doing it on each of the strokes.
Yep.
Hard to do, but a good tactic if you can make it happen.
So the near side have been pretty much up there throughout. Wilfred Lay from Millfield now just beginning to stretch away. But, over that far side, Donatas Draguis from Chelsea and Westminster. Not all that far behind. Thomas Wilkinson is also going much faster. Lay probably about the fastest in the pool on this breaststroke section.
Yeah, Wilfred Lee is, I think he had the fastest first leg of the breaststroke, and he's really pulled out 4 or 5 meters now on Thomas Wilkinson in lane 4.
Denisov just on the far side, just about second. But at the moment, unless he has a really, really poor freestyle, Lee, you'd fancy has just about got this in the bag, Ian. A good kick off the wall as well.
Yeah, he shouldn't get caught from there, but he's not looking that strong. He's not kicking very hard at the moment. He's not stroke rating very hard, and Lane 4 is beginning to make an effort to come back at him. He is looking across there though, so hopefully he sees Lane 4 and he might be saying, right, last 50, now really go for it. Yeah, he's certainly seen that Thomas is coming, and he's now putting a bit more effort down the last 50.
Wilkinson in second, but finishing very strongly. But an awful lot to do is Philippe Giraud. He's certainly coming through very strongly over on the far side. We still have Denisov, but they're not going to catch our leader. Wilfred Lee takes that. Really strong finish from Giraud to take second, the Slovakian. Thomas Wilkinson finishing in third.
I think William had expended his main effort in the middle of the race, but it was enough to hold on. And I don't know the lad's PB, but he was 4:40 in the heat, so dropping to 4:34 in the final is a good effort.
Well, he came into the meet in a 4:30.88, Ian.
Okay.
That was the British Summer Championships. So our finalists for the super final: Finlay Davis, University of Stirling in 1, Davis Annis, University of Stirling in 2, Edward Marcel Whittles, Chelsea and Westminster in 3, Matt Litchfield, Loughborough Performance Centre goes in 4. 5, we've Duncan Scott, University of Stirling in lane 6. The Canadian Benjamin Seskin. 7, George Smith, University of Stirling. And in 8, Cameron Rapson, University of Stirling. Well, good representation from the Stirling University, 5 out of the 8. And also good to see the Canadian Benjamin Seskin in this mix. Canadians over here with their team have been performing at a very, very high level. And, they'll be looking to see if they can upset the more experienced swimmers, Max Litchfield and Duncan Scott and Whittles. So this is the super final, or A final. Canadian swimmer did a PB in the heats. He's entered in a 4:34. He swam a 4:32.17. This is Duncan Scott and Max Litchfield, British champion, against the.
I mean, it's a strong field. There's some good male swimmers in here, but I think we're going to see a race, to the finish between Duncan and Max.
Yeah, both of them just doing enough in the heats earlier on. And a strong start from Scott. Taking it out about a body length advantage over Litchfield. 26.41, so about a second in it. Finlay Davis and David Annis on the near side. Third and fourth.
Duncan, I want to make a statement, I think, on the butterfly. He knows Max is strong on the backstroke. Duncan is as well, but Max will not be able to go out at this speed that Duncan is going out on the fly.
Duncan Scott with body length or more advantage has extended that to about a second and a half. Whittle's now gone into third, just ahead of Annis. Duncan will to maintain this as much as he can advantage that he's already built up.
What you can see he's trying to do is keep the arm rate moving quite fluently. We call a relatively fast stroke rate in the 400 IM, and that's just to maintain his momentum and doesn't lax into a slow stroke and then really work the wall there. As you saw, he's underwater. He put a lot of effort into that to take the benefit from it.
So both virtually identical splits at that first 50 of backstroke. Litchfield still about 3 metres back. But, we'll see how this one goes on breaststroke. Well, still that gap about 2 seconds. Litchfield, you would think, will try and just claw that back gradually as he makes that move. And, Duncan, years of experience as well, is not letting Max get anywhere near him at the moment, Ian.
No, he's really set out to take this race to Max and said to him, you know, if you want this, you're going to have to come after me. And Max knows when if they get to the freestyle and he's not level, it's a struggle then with Duncan's speciality being freestyle.
Well, he's certainly got a heck of a lot to make up now. Duncan took another half a second, and
it's a really
a statement I think from Duncan here. He is going further away, actually.
He is pulling away, and Edward Marcel Wiltils is going quite well in lane 3 in 3rd place. Chelsea and Westminster swimmer. He's maybe just holding on the feet of Max, but Duncan now through the turn.
Well, he's 3 and a bit seconds clear. I think we're all done and dusted now. 1, 2, 3 is virtually assured. This feels may close a wee bit, but I don't see him getting anywhere near Duncan now.
No,
there's a 3 second gap and more. That might be a little bit less when we get to the far end, but it might be more. It is still increasing. It's now almost 3.5 seconds. And this is a very, very accomplished swim here from Duncan this evening. He looked good last night, but he's looking even better this evening. It's not going to be far off the meet record for 13.56, which Max Litchfield actually holds. Well, that's a great swim. 4:15.94. Virtually 3 and a bit seconds faster than Litchfield, with Whittles a long way back. George Smith almost catching him. Well, that was a great swim there from Duncan.
Yeah, I think I'd be pleased with that. He did look quite tired when he finished at the end. He was searching for his breath, but he certainly showed Max what Max needs to do, but I don't think Max will be too worried. He's the sort of swimmer who will be thinking very much about the trials in a month's time, and he knows, and most of the others in that race know, when they taper down, that time is going to get a lot quicker. I've seen people drop 10 seconds from one week to the other in a 400 IM before, just by resting and coming into form at the next meet. So hopefully they executed the race they wanted to, but hopefully they're not too worried about who beat them or what gap there was today. Yeah, because they're really focused on hitting their best times in a few weeks.
So the athletes coming poolside are for the fastest heat of our female 800 free, and 1 Emily Johnson, Bath University, Kerry Henney, Team England in 2, Lucy Parsons, Loughborough University 3, and Lucy Fox, Loughborough University 4. Amelia Bloxridge, City Salford 5, Madison Wrens, Team England 6. Emma Price from the Borough of Stockton is in 7, and Evie Hans from Loughborough University is in lane number 8. So this is the fastest heat of the 800. This is what we do each year. We swim all the 800s in the morning and the slower heats in the afternoon, and we'll leave the fastest heat as almost a final in its own right for the evening session. So it's a complete lineup of English-based swimmers, Ian. But that doesn't diminish the quality we've got here.
Yeah, it's a strong English field, like you say. Phoebe Arbuckle is his current strongest Scot in the 800, and she'll be targeting that event at the trials, and you will see her later in the 200 free tonight than the 800. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what sort of form these girls are in. Some of them were swimming the 400 yesterday. If they can get under 840 today, I think anyone who did that would be quite happy. I know we've got entry times of 8:33 here from Lucy and Amelie, but yeah, I'm not sure they can hit that today. But
yeah,
and under 840 would be a pleasing swim for anyone. And this, as I say, at this stage of the calendar.
We did mention earlier today, Ian, that a lot of the times that these swimmers will do, if they're a few seconds or so over those entry times, that's good at this time of the year, given that they're still in hard training. They've got other things to look forward to in a few weeks' time, and this just gives them a feel for where they are at this particular junction in their training schedule.
That is the case if they are one of the senior athletes who are focused on making a qualifier for Commonwealths or something else later in the season. We have got other swimmers in the competition. You probably see more of them in the afternoon who are actually using this meet to try and qualify for the British Championships next month, because the entry closes on Tuesday next week. So this is almost like the last chance to get your qualifying time done to enter the British Champs. And of course, anyone who's not done that wants to achieve it. So there are people who are trying to hit their very best here, but it's probably more so in the junior section than a lot of these older swimmers in their main events.
So we've gone a quarter of the way, and the two fastest on entry timing, we have Lucy almost together with Lucy Parsons just about a second back in third. Those three, Ian, have clearly pulled away from the rest of the field. Sophie Ben, Mount Kelly swimmer, a wee bit further back. She's not actually, my apologies, she's not actually taking part in this. She was third fastest.
Well, yeah, Amelie has been around for a few years now. She burst onto the scene at age 13 or so as one of the best distance swimmers in the country, and she's been holding that ranking ever since. So really good at 400, 800, 1500 open water events. She's got a good range on her, a very talented girl. She'll be, she's just going to turn here at 300, just ahead of Lucy Fox, who has also been making really good progress gradually over the years, training in that distance group at Loughborough University now, where there's a lot of the best distance swimmers in Britain, and some world stars have come out of. So I think they've just come back from altitude training not that long ago, so that can play a different impact on some swimmers. It might give them a boost straight away, or sometimes the boost is delayed for a few weeks. But they'll certainly be in good shape, and I know she usually swims well on the back end of her races, so the fact that Amelie is leading at the moment is good, but I'm sure Lucy wants to try and pick it up after the next turn, which will be the halfway mark.
Just beginning to stretch out now the field, and bronze medalist at the European Juniors, Bloxridge, so she's just beginning to crank it up in at halfway, and that's a pretty good split at halfway mark, 4:15.76.
She dropped into a 31.9 there took a second out of Lucy Fox, so she's really pushed on there. Most people wait till they get to about halfway through and then make the push, but Amelie's tried to go earlier than that, and that's a good tactic if it's forced Lucy to rethink her strategy. We'll see if she can maintain that.
32 and a half as against a 33. Well, she's virtually 3 seconds clear, almost 3 seconds back. In third place is Parsons.
And if she holds this pace, we could see her in the mid-30s, between 35 and 8:35 and 8:39 perhaps, if she holds on to this.
Coming down to 500 metres now. Again, round about a 65 for that last 100. So as you see, Ian, another another couple of 65s and maybe a 63. Won't have a far off that entry time of 8:33.78. So pretty good at this part of the season.
Yeah, because she must have put in some good work recently. Some of her recent swims have been slower than her best times, but she looks like she's coming back to really good form here, Amelie, and that's great news for her and the country. Hopefully we'll see her in international events this year. In third place, we've got Lucy Parsons, also from Loughborough. She's kind of matching Lucy Fox's pace and holding about a 5-metre gap there. Yeah, 200 to go. That's another 1.5.
Probably, as you say, around the 8:34, 8:35 now.
Depends if she can accelerate again on the last 100. But no doubt she's going to win the event now.
That last 100 probably the slowest she's done throughout, just over a 65.
And I've been impressed with this swim by Amelie Bloxage. She's got a really good catch on her stroke. You see, if you get a close up, you see her hand and her elbow get in the right position at the front of the stroke. She keeps a high stroke rate throughout. If you do that in these races, you don't have to kick really strong all the time. You can see her using a 2-beat leg kick. Maybe she can pick that up as she sprints to the finish, but you don't need to go 6-beat leg kick all the way through the race in these distance swims if you get the stroke rate correct with your arms.
Well, nice strong finish to give us something close to 8:35.
Yeah, it's good. She looks very strong now. 10 metres ahead now of Fox.
That gap getting bigger and bigger, Ian. She's had a very, very smooth swim throughout. It's been sort of steady, high 32s throughout from the last 4 or 5 50s.
Yeah, because she's so good at the distance range, sometimes you don't see her have that extra pace on the last 50, but here she comes. This is a really good swim.
Well, she's charging at the end. A really good finish. 8:35.51. A very solid swim from Amelia. Lucy Fox. 8:35.51 by 0.2 of a second. That is a double record. That's Edinburgh International meet record, and it is also a junior record. 2 for the price of 1 in one swim.
Broke them both.
Yep.
Glorious swimming.
Well done, Amelia.
She looks pretty happy with the outcome.
And So she should be. Really, really solid swim, Ian. So that's the first of the 800s. We do have another 800 later on, but we move fairly swiftly to the other end of the pool. It's 50 backstroke. At least they've been quite sensible, Ian, in putting both backstroke events after one another. It saves moving the backstroke mechanisms out.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes a lot of sense to do that.
So our junior finals are just about ready to go. Charlie Phillips from Millfield School in 1. Oliver Parry, Team England in 2. Gavin Shinkinskook from Canada in 3. Oliver Davis Tootle, Team England in 4. Toby Nakamura Drew, Plymouth College. Harry Cook, Aberdeen Dolphins. Sander Tovey, Millfield School in 7 and 8. Joe Jennings from Team England. So just the one Scot coming into this one, our home-based Scot Harry Cook, who's been swimming pretty well.
Yeah, Harry's swims for Aberdeen Dolphin, coached by Laura Bowie, and he is in the national junior team. Very good at 50 back, 100 back, 50 fly, 100 freestyle, so a good speed merchant for still, a young developing teenager. A long way from his peak yet, so we've got hopefully he'll carry on that progress. So, a long future ahead of him, hopefully. But yeah, he's got a tough race here. Canadian Team England swimmers, Millfield, Plymouth College. Could be quite close. 26.8, the fastest time in the heats of this group.
Yeah. Smartly out, Toby Nakamura Drew in lane 5 has maybe half a metre advantage, and certainly Nakamura Drew from Davis Tootle in 4, very tight coming into the final, and he's got that, and Harry Cook might get third. Good solid swim from Harry Cook.
Yeah, he'll be pleased to get into the third place there. Just dip under that 27 mark again.
A wee bit faster, both Cook and Shenkinsuk, equal 27.03 coming into the final. Harry just snatched third. So we'll move on to our B final. Zach Speakman, University of Stirling in 1. Archie Evans, Bath University 2. Dean Fern, University of Stirling 3. Hua Duab from Mount Kelly College 4. Maddox Roberts, Loughborough University 5. Logan van der Molen, Phoenix Aquatics 6. Finn Brokenhoven from Loughborough University in 7. Lucas Brown, University of Stirling in 8. Lucas winning that swim-off we had at the end of session 4, which got him that outside lane.
Yeah, he did a good swim in the swim-off, I saw that.
So this is our B final.
Start from Dean Fern.
Well away in lane 7 was Lucas Brown, and he's up with the mix here, Ian. Maddox Roberts in 5, but Lucas Brown may well snatch this, Ian. It's going to be tight though. Lane 5 perhaps just at the end. gets there. Marix Brown, 26.01, takes the B final. Dean Fern, I think, finished second, 26.10. Your Abdu, 26.12, and Lucas Brown just dying at the end. But a good swimmer from the outside lane, 26.26, finishing fourth.
Yeah, tight race, very close. Good starts from Dadu and Fern and Brown.
So we now move on to our super final. N1 is Jamie Ferguson from University of Aberdeen Performance. 2, Jack Skerry, Bath Performance Centre. 3 is Matthew Ward from the Bath Performance Centre. Oliver Morgan in 4, Birmingham University. 5, Mantas Karapidis from Mount Kelly College. 6 is Cameron Brooker from the Bath Performance Centre. 7, Scott Gibson, Edinburgh University. And our final competitor, Zachariah Dale in 8 from Team England. So this is the Malin Open 50 metres backstroke super final. Oliver Morgan, the meet record holder, 24.83. He was pretty close to that in the heats, and it looked a pretty comfortable swim in the heats, 25.09. So it wouldn't surprise me if he goes a wee bit faster. He'll have to go probably a wee bit faster than that tonight, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, Oliver Morgan has become genuinely one of the best backstrokers in the world now. You know, Olympic finalist, world finalist. You know, very close to the types of times that are going to win medals at the next Olympic Games. So he's right up there, and he usually swims pretty good all the time. And I'm sure he'll be looking to get in the 24s though here. You know, keen to see how Matt Ward gets on, and Scott Gibson and Jamie Ferguson, because they're all contenders for the Scottish team in this event.
The winner of this event last year, Oliver Morgan. Well, very good start in lane 5 from Mantas Karapidis. He has a marginal advantage. Morgan just getting upsides him now. It's very tight, but I think Morgan has probably just got this in no more. It's tight. Morgan gets that, 24.73, and that is now a new meet record, breaking his previous one of 24.83 for Oliver Morgan. Karapidis gave him everything, 24.95, taking second. Jack Skerry, 25.12 in third place.
Yeah.
Well, he was made to work, Ian.
It was, as you said, Mantas was the best away, and then Oliver had to come through on it, and he did by the end. And I'll be pleased with a 24 for that swim. But it was, you know, you blink and you miss it in these 50s. It's so tight, so fast, and you know, good to see. Good to see. And on some more 50s now for the females.
Well, it's the junior final, and the women Irawaji from Canada in 1, Isabel Liptrot, Wigan Best 2, Kelly Choi from Canada 3, Lexi Mulhay, Plymouth College in 4, Sarah Broadbelt, Mount Kelly College 5, Evelyn Hallisey, Newcastle Swim Team 6, 7, Annabelle J, Grantham, and 8, Gabrielle Freeman from Morpeth. And this could be a very tight one, 30.07, 30.08 for 2 swimmers, and Hallisey from Newcastle, 30.25.
So away we go, Renudi, Esparagi, Isabel Liptrot, Kelly Choi,
So
Start from
good
lane
start in
3.
3. The Canadian Kelly Choi off very smartly indeed, Ian. And then lane 5, Sarah Broadbelt, Mount Kelly is coming through over in lane 7. Gabriel Freeman from Morpeth not out of it either. It's very tight indeed. I think it's going to be lane 3 and 5. Lane 3 and 5. Well, it was on the touch in 100th in it. Two stretched and got their fingernails to the wall. 29.86 by 100. 29.87. Mohiet 30.1 for Mohiet.
Yeah, I mean, junior swimming breaking under 30 seconds is good. So I think they'll be pleased with that.
It's our B final. Sophie Weston, Bath University in 1. Melissa Mainwaring, City Glasgow 2. Ella Justice, Mount Kelly College 3. Caitlin Ebbage in 4 from University of Stirling. 5. Annabelle Smith, Bath University. 6. Sophie Knocker, Birmingham University. 7. Rhea Harrod from Tadcaster. And 8. Ali Harris from Poole. So times from the heats 29.5 to 30.01. You've got a lane, so you've got a chance, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, we're expecting another close finish, yeah. Caitlin Ebbage and Melissa Mainwaring, two of the Scottish girls to look out for. Good start by Caitlin Ebbage.
Yeah, very smartly indeed. Over in the, Ali Harris, wow. I think she's got this under control at the moment, but they're coming back at her. It's the swimmer in lane 8 who's going to take this, I think. Well, lane 6 is just with a final flurry.
So close.
Well, I thought she'd got that. Another one with 100th in it. 29.37 and 38 respectively. Well, she did get it. Harris from the outside lane from Knocker. Melissa Mainwaring, good swim from her, getting up to take 3rd. So
yeah,
middle lane's not involved in that one. Lane 6, 8 and 2. So the lights dim and our swimmers will be introduced to the gallery. For the super final in lane 1, Rebecca Sutton, Swansea University. 2 is Niamh Ward from Bath University. In 3 from Canada, Madison Craig. In 4 for Manchester Performance Centre, Lauren Cox. 5 Manchester Performance Centre, Blythe Kinsman. In lane 6 from Swansea University, Eddie Harris. Lane 7, Swim Ireland is Lottie Cullen. And in lane 8 from Mount Kelly College, Mary Ranville. This is the female 50 metres backstroke super final. And Lauren Cox, Ian, should be a very strong fancy for this one.
Yeah, well, with Lauren Cox, you talk about one of the best backstroke sprinters in the world.
Yeah.
Short course, long course, very good at this event. You usually see her in the finals at these international events, and she should be the clear favourite here. Blythe Kinsman is now out of the junior ranks, but has the last few years been swimming really well as a backstroke junior, now breaking into that senior level, so she's one to watch for the future. She's got the speed, and now as she's transitioned to the Manchester Performance Centre, we'd expect her to move on across the years. So one name to watch out for, definitely.
The Canadian team will be keen to see their representative, Madison Krieger, have another good swim. 28.28 coming into the meet, and she was 28.78. Very level start yet at lane 7. Lottie Cullen out pretty smartly, but here comes Cox at the halfway mark, and it's now looks to be Cox that's just beginning to take it up. Kinsman in second. Very tight for third. Cox takes that. Might be lane 3. Madison Krieger, the Canadian, who does indeed take third. So Lauren Cox, 27.67 was the existing record. 27.63. 28.59. Madison Krieger, the Canadian, breaks the junior record, which was held by Lauren Cox. 28.65. So again, 2 records go in the same meet, but 2 different swimmers in. Lauren Cox, well done to her.
Yeah, it was an excellent race. Lauren really dominating it in a way, and Blythe showing that she is a strong contender for future honours. And it was pretty tight behind that.
Yeah, Canadian team will be delighted with Madison. A good solid swim and getting third, and taking the record from aforementioned Lauren Cox. So we're back to the bottom end of the pool. This is the Malin Open 100 metres breaststroke junior final. Joshua Sacklee, City of Peterborough in 1. Brogan Smith, Glen Rothes in 2. William Lay, Millfield School in 3. 4, Benjamin Seskin from Canada. 5, William Irvin, Mount Kelly College. 6, Edward Robinson, Team England. 7, Nicholas Land, Newcastle Swim Team. And 8, Lachlan Small, Mount Kelly College. Well, Brogan Smith's been swimming fantastically, Ian. We also have another Scott, Lachlan Small, on the outside lane, based at Mount Kelly now, previously with Stirling.
Yeah, I mean both boys are in the national junior team for Scotland, and yeah, Brogan a very particular talent on the breaststroke events. Lachlan quite good across the range, including this event. Interesting to see how they go here, but.
The Canadian Cessnan extremely strongly at this early stage. He's had a very good meet, has Ben, and he's maybe half a metre ahead as we're coming down with just over 15 to go.
There's lane 1, Josh Sacklee from Peterborough. Could shake things up here a little bit.
Well, Cessnan's got this one. Second place, Irvin, and Nicholas Land perhaps in third. And Nicholas Land perhaps didn't get third, but he managed to pull out enough by 100th to take second place ahead of Irvin. That great swim from the Canadian lad, 104.09.
Yeah, he's done really well. Good swim from Nicholas Land and William Irvine with the low 1.5s. Brogan and Lachlan, the Scottish boys, coming in 7th and 8th. Brogan just a wee bit slower than he was this morning.
But good to get him into a final and give him that wee bit more experience in swimming against these older guys as well.
He's only 15 this year.
Yeah, he's only 15.
He's up against 18-year-olds there. And it just shows it's not easy to make that final at 15.
Yeah.
So, we keep our fingers crossed for Brogan to keep his progression going onto the B final.
Demetrius Tagalukas, SK Roy in 1, Joshua Ingalls, Swansea University 2, Jamie Steadman, Team England 3, Finn Kemp, Loughborough University 4, Alfred Dobson from University of Stirling 5, Christian Ryan, Bath University 6, Joshua Mitchell, Edinburgh University in 7, and Jacob Arman, Swansea University in 8. So it's advantage perhaps over in lane 8, Jacob Arman out very smartly, and Finn Kemp coming through as well.
Finn Kemp's been having a great season, the Loughborough swimmer, done really well at the Bucks Championships, and he's got the lead here out of the turn, but it's pretty close. Josh Mitchell going well in lane 7. Rafe Dobson coming into contention in lane 5. Lane 6 also Christian Ryan.
Rafe Dobson picking up, as is lane 6. Christian Ryan is tightening up, but Finn Kemp hanging on there, but it's going to be overhauled. Lane 6, 4 and 5. Ryan takes that, really stretched out Ian to get that one.
Yeah, it all came down to the stretch on the finish with those 3. Ryan having the better of the finishes from Kemp, and then Dobson just a few 100s behind that, but all 3 getting into 102 after going 103 this morning. They'll be happy with that, you know.
Yeah.
It's much better feeling to walk out of the building with a 102 under your name than a feeling you've still got the same time as you did this morning.
Now we move on to the male and open 100 metres super final. In lane 1, Lewis Fraser, Swansea University. 2 is Adam Bradley from Swim Ireland. In 3, Max Morgan, Reed's School. In 5, Philip Vaki from Millfield College. 5 is Adam Peaty from Repton. 6, Greg Butler, Liverpool Performance Centre. 7, University of Stirling's Rory Dixon. And 8, Alexander Casey, Loughborough University. Well, Philip Novaki, 10073, PT 10082, and junior Max Morgan, 10093, who took the junior meet record in the heats. Was 3rd fastest, so the 2 guys in the middle should, on paper and on what they've done before, have this one between them, but don't discount Max Morgan, Ian. If he gets it right, he can put a wee challenge into them.
Yeah, Max had a bit more of a steady start to the season. He had a bit of time out, and he's now right back to his best. Still a junior, 60 point in the heats, matching Minoaki and PT. He's going to be happy with that. This is a great racing prospect.
Great to see Adam Peaty back up here. This is something that he enjoys, coming up to Edinburgh International. Peaty in 5 out pretty smartly along with Novaki. Well, it's Peaty maybe half a metre clear at the moment. And at the moment, Adam Peaty pushing it, as he always does, out extremely strongly in.
Yeah, well, close to the turn. It's a 28-0 for Adam Peaty. Morgan Butler on 28 for Novaki. A little bit further back. He's going to try and attack on this second length. 4 in the line here as we go into the final 25.
Greg Butler coming through strongly in lane 6. And it might be Butler that's just got ahead. Novaki's flying at the end. Peaty's still hanging in there. It's on the touch. Butler gets it, I think. Or did he? Well, out the stretch to Vaki, just ahead of Butler. Wow, what a race that was. Peaty didn't even get in the first 3.
He's ended up in 4th.
100.
No chef's kiss for him.
26.
Morgan in 3rd.
Vaki takes that. What a race. Butler 10037. Morgan improves on that junior record from 10093. He had to improve on it, otherwise Peaty would have been 3rd. 10054. Great swimming.
Yeah, what a race that was.
Thought of the death. Butler had just about got that, but the timing was impeccable for Novaki. And great to see Adam Peaty giving it everything in. Just touched out the end.
Well, yeah, no, it's great to see Adam here, and you know, he's still racing these 100s. He's still racing 200s. Occasionally but he's also saying he wants to prioritise that 50-metre race now that it's going to be in Los Angeles in a couple of years' time. So I think in his mind he's got everything geared towards that. But Max Morgan and Philip Nowacki look like real good prospects for GB going forward. And Greg Butler, that was a great swim for him too.
Our female 100 metres butterfly junior final. Michelle Lowe, Team England, 1, Abigail McInerney from Inverclyde, and 2, 3 is Ramuni Irwashi from Canada, 4, Mary Valley from Mount Kelly College, Serin Talentine from Morpeth, 5, Emma Olsen, Tabby Sim, and 6, 7, Sarah Broadbelt, Mount Kelly College, and 8, Madeline Hind, all Tunbridge Wells, wins soon, 102.53 to 103.33, so less than a second in from the Yates and Valley. As minor advantage, it's 100, but there's almost 4 on the line here.
It's really close.
Wow.
The Scottish girl Abigail McInerney in 2 trying to put her mark on this race as well, but it's 4 and 5 have just got the edge.
Madeline Hind over in 7 and 8, might get this one from Olsen. And in lane 5, well, it was Emma Olsen, Serena Tamtine and Madeline Hind. What a finish there. Oh, that was very much get your arms over in the right position to get that one in.
Yes, right on the
Olsen,
touch.
yeah, 101.89, Talentine 102.09. I thought Hind might have taken that, but only third, 102.12. Great race. Olsen, the Swede, taking the junior event of.
You should see most of those. I think most of the swimmers are improved from the heat performance. So, in a general sense, they'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
101. I don't know if Emma Olsen's been a 101 before, but it certainly looked like a good performance for her.
So our B final, Edith Price, Mount Kelly College 1, teammate Skye Cantor goes in 2, Morgan Brophy, Edinburgh University in 3, Holly Hibbett, Repton 4, 5, Maxine Clark from Canada, 5, 6, Matilda Potter, City of Leeds, 7, Ella Thornburg, Bath University, and 8, Clara Morris, Swansea University. So all these swimmers separated by barely half a second in.
Yeah, it's great to see these tight races. Yeah. You know, you've got a mix in here of people who specialise in the 100, some are in the 50, and some specialise in the 200, but coming together here in this 100-metre fly swim.
Morris on the far side maybe has gone out fast. 28-21 from Skye Carter on the near side. Well,
yeah, Kira Morris.
Interesting, this one.
Really having a go here. 28-2.
I know lanes have a lot to do to claw this back. Going still pretty well in lane 2.
Skye Carter.
Yeah. Skye Carter still well there, but Kira Morris is going to drop back, and Carter takes this one. Edith Price on the near side takes second, and Brophy in third. The middle lane's leaving it too late to get in the mix, but a really solid swim there from Skye Carter.
1 minute point 48.
Kelly 1-2.
After 102.0
this
morning.
awful lot faster than they were earlier on. That's a cracking time, 1:00:48.
Yeah, good swims
there. So we move on to female 100 metres butterfly super final. Going in 1, Taryn Weatherhead from Canada. In 2 from the Manchester Performance Centre, Emily Richards. In 3 from the University of Stirling is Lucy Grieve. In 3 from University of Stirling, Kiana McInnes. In 5 from Edinburgh University, Ciara Slauson. In from lane 6, PK Zeta is Tamara Potaka. In lane 7 from Mount Kelly College, Flavia Kamzol. And finally in lane 8 from Tabby Sim, Emily Halkvist. This super final, the female 100 metres butterfly. Well, Kiana McInnes, Scottish record holder in this one. Good,
this is a great field here of butterfly swimmers. Kamzol from Mount Kelly as well, European Junior champion I think last year. Emily Richards, long-time GB internationalist.
Yeah.
And then Reeve, McInnes, Rosson in the middle, as well as Patoka there as well. Don't know much about her, but she's obviously a good swimmer because she went 59 in the heats.
Slovakian champion Ian, so she'll want to try and get herself in the mix here. Well, strong start from Lucy Grieve. Kiana McInnes there and thereabouts over on the far side. Flavia Kamzol and Emily Halkvist out very strongly indeed. In fact, the Swede Halkvist might be leading this from Lucy. Ciara Slauson also well there. Kiana McInnes will have to do our token fast finish as she usually does, but she's under a wee bit of pressure now, coming through strongly. In lane 5 is Ciara Slauson, and Slauson at the moment with McInnes. This is some race, Ian. Slauson with Lucy Grieve flying at the end. Slauson, Grieve, McInnes. That's your 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, excellent.
Great swim from Ciara Slauson. 58.39. There's a wee look up on the board, and that was a cracking swim, pretty close to what she would have been trying to get to her PB. Lucy Grieve 58.72. Kiana McInnes 58.92.
Ciara's come into some great form this season, and that was a great swim, perfectly paced race, you have to say. Out in 27.8, looked so strong, holding on in the last 25 as the pressure came from McInnes and Grieve, and a bit of a strong finish. Really went for the wall, head down on the last 2 strokes, and you can see there 58.3. That's a really good time for her. But you know, great that we've got 3 Scottish girls under 59 seconds in that race. That's amazing to see. So well done to them and their coaches.
So we stay with butterfly. It's we double the distance. It's 200 metres this time. It's the junior final. Those are the athletes who will be taking part. Colton Dorfield from Millfield in lane 1. 2, Julius Bello on the row, Team England. 3, Daniel Ransom, City Leeds. 4, Benjamin Beale, Derwentside and Gateshead. 5 is Ryan Hardy, Mount Kelly College. 6, Sander Tovey, Millfield School. 7, Jacob Bacon, City of Peterborough. And 8, Joshua Burkle, Millfield School. 2:06.17, 2:09.95. So about almost 4 seconds fastest to slowest in this one. Strongly away in lane 3 is Ransom from City Leeds.
Ransom, one of those unique swimmers who's got a range of strokes in his arsenal. He was in the breaststroke final yesterday, and he's now swimming 200 butterfly. And he's a good all-rounder.
Benjamin Beale now comes through, just takes it up. He's been swimming pretty strongly over the weekend, Ian. 16-year-old.
Very good, and remember he's only 16, and people in this race up to 2 years older than him, so he's looking real good today. Looks smooth and comfortable going through 158.9.
And advantage with Beale now. Trying to just pick this up.
This is where Ransom's going to try and challenge him. He's trying to push him, but Beale's responding. These two are pulling away a little bit now from the others.
This comes into the meeting a 101.5, Ian. Be a wee bit, maybe just a wee bit over that, but he's still got a wee bit work to do. Ransom still in there and coming through to put in a charge. So the contest between those two, and Beale is reacting and maintaining that. Coming through in lane 5 is Ryan Hardy, and Hardy's trying to get in terms, but Beale has got enough in hand. Beale takes that from Ranson and Hardy. 204.29, 204.63 and 205.63.
Yeah, 204's
Yeah.
good, because they were at 206, 207 this morning, so nice drops from the heats. And again, Beale and Ransom, the two people who also be looking for European Juniors this year, perhaps, in that event. And if they can drop again from there in a month's time, you know, they might be putting themselves in contention for that. But as I said earlier, Ransom's got a number of events he contends with.
So there is the lineup for our B final. Andrew Bertoli, University of Stirling in 1. Sean Donnellan from Swim Leinster in 2. Archie Minto, City Leeds 3. Brodie Gordon Gibson, Edinburgh University in lane 4. Thomas Sansom, Wickham District 5. Rhys Edwards, Swansea University 6. Matthias Christoph, Mount Kelly College 7. And Dean Edwards, Swansea University in 8. And Brodie Gordon Gibson, maybe a wee bit disappointed in not getting into that A final. I want to put in a good performance, I'm sure, in the B final.
Yeah, it's always a tough one, the 204 heats. If he'd only been 10th quicker, he could have made
Yep.
the A final.
Pretty good start in lane 4, but Andrew Bertoli also smartly away in 1. And already Brodie maybe half a metre ahead, you see Ian?
Yeah, Brodie is ahead, Bertoli in 1. And Bertoli this morning was right up there, 150, turning at 131 with the length to go, and then really either slowed down or fell apart a bit on the last 50. So I'm wondering if he can put himself in a good position again and finish the race off a bit stronger tonight. But it looks like it's going to be a close race. But Brodie, like, you know, is such a long and, you know, different kind of stroke to one that most of the others are using here. Hopefully he's using it efficiently, effectively, and he understands that he can then pick up from here. But he touches, and then Bertoli in second.
Getting plenty kick off the wall, surfacing about 8-9 metres in.
This is where it starts to hurt, but where you've got to put the pressure on, and trying to push away.
Totally still hanging in there. Coming through late in lane 6, Rhys Edwards from Swansea University. And he's certainly making a move where he's got work to do, Ian. There's hardly anything in it. Bertoli's not out of it either. Matthias Christoph.
Yeah, 4 people turn almost
and
on the
Rhys
same
Edwards
time.
coming through very strongly indeed. And it's all to play for Bertoli in that outside lane. Still there or thereabouts, but it's lanes 5 and 6 and 7. Edwards and Christoph who've got the race. Christoph has timed this just perfectly, the Mount Kelly swimmer. youngest in the field, and he's storming down the final stretch. 2:02.10. What a great finish from him. Bertoli takes second.
Yeah, he'll be a bit more pleased with his performance, but totally 2:03.48. And Gordon Gibson went backwards on that last 50. He struggled like he was splooshing himself through the water there down the last 50. It wasn't as efficient as we thought, that opening 100, and he hasn't quite cracked the pacing there yet, but he's got plenty to come on it, I'm sure.
Move on to our male open 200 metres super final. In 1, Luke Greenbank, Loughborough Performance Centre. 2, Antonio Rodriguez, Swansea University. 3 is Tom Bealey, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Edward Mildred, Manchester Performance Centre. In lane 5, the Canadian Anton Shemenik. In 6, from the Bath Performance Centre, Joshua Gammon. 7, another Canadian is Leon Kim. And in lane 8, from Chelsea and Westminster, Edward Marcel Whittles. So we had Semenuk in lane 5, the second fastest qualifier, taking the junior record by 100th of a second, 2:01.01 from Jacob Peters, who held that record. Nice to see Tom Bealey finishing and qualifying in 3rd place in this one, Ian.
Yeah, he was a good morning heat swim. I'm sure he'll be looking to go faster. Ed Mildred was good, and I think he was quite controlled this morning, Ed, particularly in the last part of the race. He's been good at butterfly for a long time, and he's really one of the top fly swimmers around now. Josh Gammon was good yesterday, 2 in the 50. He won the 50, I think. So look out for him. Not quite so familiar with the Canadian Semenuk, but they'll all be hoping to get under the 2 minutes, yeah.
The record is 1:56.62, held by James Guy. And very level start. Mildred maybe just a fraction ahead of Bealey in 3. Up there in 7 is a Canadian youngster, and Kim. That's Bealey and Kim, with Mildred just a fraction further back. It's all pretty close, 4 or 5 there or thereabouts at that first turn. The young Canadian at the moment has the advantage. Still an early stage of the race, Ian.
Yeah, Bealey and Mildred looking good. Lane 7, Leon Kim also working well there. The top 3 at the moment, but it's close. Top 5 all very close here.
Mildred just forging ahead of Tom Bealey. Semenuk, the Canadian, in 5 is now working hard and probably has just gone second ahead of Tom Bealey. Out the turn, Mildred from Semenuk.
Semenuk looks strong on the 3rd length and is saving it for the last push, but Mildred's got it. Bealey's fighting for it.
Semenuk, I think, is going to get possibly under 2 minutes here and take improving that junior record. In fact, he might actually take this in. Mildred's pulling out just a wee bit extra this final touch. Mildred had a lot of work to do that. Semenuk and Bealey, great, the 3 of them all under the 2 minute mark, along with Gannon. Well, he was made to work. 1:58.91.
very close in the end. He went for a long finish as well, and you thought he had it comfortable, and then the long finish stretch, and men nearly got him at the end. Tom Bealey and Josh Gammon got under the 2 minutes, so I guess they'll be happy to have done that, although maybe they were hoping to hit the 1:58 like Mildred as well. But a really good race, another really good race, and I could see senior athletes in there doing that.
I'm sure Seminuk's delighted. That's a PB in 1:59.16 for him. His PB was 1:59.48 at the World Juniors, so it's
good. These Canadians have got some good swimmers in their team here. It's nice to see them over here. Led by John Atkinson, who is a British former coach over here and assistant NPD. So, it's a country that's really grown in strength in swimming over the last number of years.
So it's female 400 metres individual medley or junior final in one. Isla Roberts, Hackney. Teammate Isabella Thanasuzas in 2. Naomi Broadley, City Wakefield in 3. 4. Sophie King, Mount Kelly College. 5. Olivia Cooler from Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monsoon. 6. Ella Smith, Borough Stockton. 7. Ava Smith from Geary. And 8. Abby Whitfield, Derwentside and Gateshead. Fastest qualifier was Sophie King, 5:12.04. Out very, very strongly. In lane 6 is Ella Smith, Borough Stockton swimmer. There's about 5 seconds of a difference from fastest to slowest on the heats.
Well, yeah, and Ella Smith has really gone out here on the butterfly.
But that's the strength of the Borough Stockton, Ian. They're all usually provide very good butterfly swimmers and good in the IM as well.
Very strong tradition of butterfly there, and this could be her strength. Everyone else is pretty much in the line. We'll see Ella Smith out in 1:07. Everyone else 1:10, 1:11-ish. We'll see if they can now start to come back at Ella a little bit.
Thanasoulas in lane 2, coming through along with Broadley in 3.
Yeah, they're starting to quickly come back on Ella Smith now. Ella will still probably have the lead at the turn here, but these girls could catch her on the second length of backstroke. Some good techniques in there as well. Smooth strokes, but keeping their rhythm, using their legs effectively through the turn. And it's looking like 4 swimmers coming into contention now. Lanes 2, 3, 5 and 6 as we approach the halfway mark.
Still the advantage with the Borough Stockton swimmer. As it says, coming through nicely is Cooler from Royal Tunbridge Wells. She's certainly made a move. Times the Kent champion is Cooler, and she had a very good backstroke. Still advantage over in lane 2 now with Thanasoulas. But we certainly have a clear leader now, Ian. Cooler is going extremely well. Just 15, Ian.
Yeah, it's really good swimming this from Olivia Queeler here from RTW Monson. Let's see what her split is. It's a 41.4. That's a really good time for a junior swimmer. Sophie King also 41. You see
Sophie King coming through quite well.
Sophie King was back on the backstroke, but now coming through into second place in lane 4 there.
At the moment, Olivia still has a very healthy advantage. And if anything, she's maybe increased that. Second place, a long way off the pace now, is Sophie King.
Yeah, you can see really smooth breaststroke there from Olivia. She turns with 100 to go.
A 42.35. Well, she's taken almost another second, so she's got almost 3.5 minutes. 3.5 seconds, and you wouldn't expect anyone with 100 to go to get anywhere near her now.
Nobody's catching her here. It's all about the minor placings, although even that looks wrapped up. Maybe second. There's a fight between second and third, but really good swimming here from Olivia Quila. 5:12 she went in the heats. This is going to be at least I would say a 5:06, maybe 6 seconds quicker than her heats. And coming out of the same club as the girl we'll see in the final in a few minutes, Emily Smith. We're from the same clubs there, so maybe she's trains every day with Smith and is learning from her, and they work together well, and that's paying off.
Ella Smith flying again at the end. She might get second. I think she's going to get second about a Stockton swimmer, but no doubt that Quiller has got this one. Very tight indeed for second. Ella Smith wants second, and she's going to get that. 5:05.56, 5:09.94, 5:09.99. Three of them under a 5:10. Really good swimming here. Isla Roberts in fourth.
Yeah, and also from the Scottish point of view, Ava Smith there, the gear swimmer. Nice to see her dropping a couple of seconds from 5:15 down to the 5:12 there. We move that on now to the B final. Well, there'll be another gear swimmer, same age, Millie Searle, 15 years of age.
So Lucy Hunter from the afternoon managed to get a time to get her into this final on the outside lane, Hamilton Bath swimmer. 2 is Millie Searle from Geary. 3, Sadie Hunter, Team England. 5, Niamh Savarai from Newcastle Swim Team. 5, Anna Farrow, Bath University. 6, Eve Horton, Wigan Bess. 7, Isabel Fox, Derwentside and Gateshead. And 8, Alice Cumming, City Glasgow. .508 high through to 5:11 high, about 3 seconds from fastest to slowest in this. And, no real surprise to see someone like Alice Cumming going out strongly on butterfly, Ian.
Yes, that's probably Alice's best stroke is the butterfly. She's quite good at 100 butterfly, in fact, but extends again. Another swimmer who can extend through to a 400 medley, and quite close. Sadie Hunter, though, has just got the edge here in lane 3 there after we finished the first length.
She has half a metre advantage. 5 or 6 swimmers, all fairly well there. The only 2 at the moment that have dropped off a wee bit are Millie Searle and Lucy Hunter in lanes 2 and 1. The advantage with Sadie, just to no more. Eve Horton from Wigan Best has had a good second 50.
And 106 going out the first 100, that's pretty good. We're happy with that. And I expect to see Millie Searle, our Scottish interest here, one of them anyway, coming strong on the breaststroke. Lucy Hunter already done a really good swim to get through here. She could be strong in the second half. But yeah, 2 girls ahead here.
Four swimmers almost in a line for third place. The 2 swimmers almost together. Sadie Hunter, Eve Horton, separated by less than a second. And there's about a second between Niamh and Alice in third through to 6th. There's still all to play for, Ian.
It is, it's very much all to play for. You don't know where that breaststroke strength is going to come through or hold it against you if you're not very strong at it. But lane 3, looks really good. Sadie Hunter, the Team England swimmer. Really like her backstroke. She's smooth. Coming through to touch the wall here. 2:24. Yeah, pretty good pace that. And now the race really takes off here as we're going to the breaststroke.
Yeah, there's about a second between first and second, about another 3 seconds further back. So a really strong breaststroke required from the remainder. We know Millie Serrell is a pretty good breaststroker, a scary swimmer. She'll come through strongly to try and get herself back in the mix. She's coming from a long way back in. Niamh Samurai, the Newcastle swimmer, is the one that is really getting to grips with this. She is really pulling out the stops. Has pulled out quite a fair bit at 42.5 against a 45 and a 44. And Niamh will probably be about level pegging with them if she can keep this going. By the time we get down to the final 100, the Newcastle lass is really getting a strong breaststroke.
It's really tightened up here, these three. Sadie, Niamh Horton.
It's advantage, I think, with Niamh now, Ian.
Millie Serrell just trying to get back on terms. 100 freestyle to go.
Well, we're probably looking at something in a low 5 minutes here, maybe a 5:02, 5:03.
Which would be pretty good, I think.
And it's good to see Sadie Hunter coming back. This is going to push both girls on, and don't discount the swimmer in 6. Eve Horton is not done with. But Sadie Hunter has reacted to that breaststroke and has hit the front again and has the momentum with her. Eve Horton trying to keep on terms with them. Niamh Savaroy has got to put in a big effort in the final 30 metres. At the moment it's advantage in lane 3 with the Team England member Sadie Hunter still coming through to try and challenge Eve Horton from Wigan. Don't think she's going to quite get there. Sadie Hunter is going to just take this one. 5:03.31, 5:03.90 for Eve, and Niamh 5:04.51. Good swimming, Ian.
Yeah, that was really good. Those three girls pushed each other on nicely there. Hunter, Horton, Savory, and then Millie Serrell.
Good swim from Millie, virtually on the same time she did earlier. So that's a good swim from the 15-year-old from Geary. So please welcome our swimmers for our 400 metres individual super final. Emma Price in lane 1 from Borough Stockton. In 2, Team England's Petra Varga. In 3, from Mount Kelly College, Aviva Holinski. In lane 4, from Royal Tunbridge Wells, the Monsoon is Emily Smith. In lane 5, from Lana, Evie Mackey. In 6, from University of Stirling, Susie McNair. In lane 7, from Derwentside and Gateshead, Alice Forrest. And in lane 8, from Loughborough University, Fuka Ludwig. This is the female 400 metres individual medley super final. Well, on paper, Ian, Amelia Smith should be a convincing winner.
Yeah, I can't see anyone other than Amelie for the gold here and the title. What might be interesting if she can pull other swimmers through to a good time like Evie Mackey, Aviva Holinski, Susie McNair, etc. Usually Amelie's strength in this event is a second half. Her breaststroke is incredible in a medley. She's really good at the freestyle. She's already seen a really good 400 free from her last night. She's a genuine
great all-rounder, isn't she? And
Yeah,
she can
world star
do everything,
potential.
50s right up to 1500.
The best in Europe in this event for the juniors, she is already. And let's see how the first half goes, because I'm interested to see if others can stay with her, because they're not going to stay with her in the back half.
Already almost a body length advantage that Amelie has. She comes into the meet on an entry time of 4:35.49, and the meet record is actually 4:35.84. You don't expect her to get anywhere near that, Ian, but something around maybe a low,
she might go 35.
something sub 4:40 anyway.
I mean, I don't think she'll be far away.
Susie McNair out strongly in lane 6. Susie maybe not pulling out too many of the stops in the heats.
Yeah, Susie is good at fly. She's been a minute point for the 100 fly, so it's good that she's up there. 105, she should go out in at least that. You don't want to be any slower than that. Evie Mackey at 106.
Well, about a second and a half between second and fifth. 6 runners almost together for third place now, with Susie McNair in second, clear second. Emily Smith at the moment looking pretty good, Ian.
She looks really good. Here she 10. I'm just interested to see the split. 36.7. See, that's 0.9 quicker than McNair. No one else hit a 36, so even though the backstroke's probably the weaker stroke of Amelie Smith, she's still out-splitting all the other girls in this race down that first length. And then she'll just take off on the breaststroke.
So approaching halfway. And Smith will no doubt flip over. There we are. 2:16 at halfway. Susie full 3 seconds further back. And the rest all pretty well bunched. Third through to 8th. Question is, can Susie McNair hang on to second place yet?
Well, she looks like she is at the moment. I mean, it's going to take something strong from another girl to chase Susie down. Evie Mackey will be looking at her. She's next to her in lane 5. And Evie is good at breaststroke, so she might fancy a chance of catching it up a bit. There we go, 39.1. If you break 40 seconds as a female in the breaststroke split, you're doing really well. And Susie at 42. Evie about 5 meters behind Susie, trying to chase her down, but it's tough. Everyone else is further back than that.
Well, we're certainly looking at well under 4:40, and if she can keep this strong pace going.
Interesting to see what time she touches in here. 3:35, 39.6. So you maybe think of 103 perhaps.
We'll see if she wants to give it everything. Get under 4:40.
Well, she's got the race well in order.
Susie McNair at the moment has control of second place. Evie Mackey in hot pursuit, well clear in third.
Yeah, Evie's having a go. She looks energetic. So 33.3 there, maybe 31. It could be 4:39. Evie's trying to catch McNair.
There's about a body length between the two.
Well, we don't get the splits this time.
Well, Susie McNair kicks for home. Saved a wee bit. Susie McNair will get second, but no doubt Emily Smith, can she get under 4:40? I'm sure she can. Almost 4:40.13. That's a really solid swim, Ian. Susie McNair 4:50.55. Evie Mackey 4:51.77.
Yeah, nice swims from McNair and Mackie. I think not far outside McNair's best. That could be a PB for Mackie. But you know, a real classy performance from Emily Smith. You know, she was so smooth in the backstroke, almost like a smooth Madeira wine. She was swimming so well, and one to watch out for at the Commonwealth Games this summer, and maybe the European Championships, the European Junior Championships. She could be, might be seeing her standing on those podiums. Of course, she'll go a lot faster than that, even though that was a real classy performance.
So back to the other end of the pool, we've got 2 sets of 50s. It's the Mailing Open 50 metres freestyle. This is the junior final. Gavin Shinkulsuk from Canada in 1. Elliot Arnold, Borough Stockton 2. Ethan Suppet Moss, Loughborough University 3. Aaron Bissett, Brighton College 4. Jensen Norris from Perth City 5. Ruben Alty, Millfield School 6. Samuel Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom in 7. And Alexandro Donofrio, Mount Kelly College 8. 23.37 to 24.09. Roughly 0.7 of a second. Strongly away in lane 4 is Bissett.
Yeah, it looks super fast. He's got this.
And Bissett still maybe with the advantage. Sutcliffe and Delfino over in 7 and 8, not far behind, but lanes 4, 5 and 3 are the ones that get that. Bissett 23.07 from Norris and Suppet Moss.
Yeah, 23.07. Winning
very,
that 50 by
fast.
0.4. You don't see that often in a 50 these days. So very good, Aaron Bissett. Jensen Norris, the Perth swimmer. 23.48. Good for him, that. He'll be pretty happy with that swim, I think.
Move on to the B final. In 1, Leon Kim from Canada. 2, Ewan Peterson, Millfield School. 3, Oliver Watts, Loughborough University. Teammate Maddox Robertson in 4. 5, Jacob Whittle from Repton. 6, Ozan Tabiti from University. And 7 is James Guy, Manchester Performance Centre. Eamon Davis from City Cardiff goes in lane 8. So this is the B final.
Some big names to this one with Jacob Whittle and James Guy.
Tabiti actually from Stirling University, and might be lane 7 and 8. Very, very tight, Ian.
Lane 4 coming through, lane 5 as well.
Lane 4 and 5. Well, separated by 100. It was just Whittle that took that. 84 rather, from Maddox. 22.85. Tabiti 23.17 in 3rd place. Lights dim as we have super final in lane 1. We have Gabriel Shepherd. And he's from City of Leeds. Jacob Mills, Repton. Alexander Coon from Loughborough Performance Centre. Matthew Richards goes in 4 from the Manchester Performance Centre. 5, Andreas Vazalos from Greece. In 6 is Abdul Jabbar Adama from Mount Kelly College. Jordan Cooley in 7, Loughborough Performance Centre. David Cumberledge making the final again, Edinburgh University. Just coming back to the B final. It's Oshin Tabiti, my apologies, for not quite getting that spot on. And thanks Ian for just getting, let me know that that's the pronunciation. We do our very, very best to get it right, but it's not easy.
It gets harder. These names
Yeah.
get more complicated every time.
So Matt Richards.
This is, I mean, a really good final lineup here.
Yeah.
Again, it's so close. 0.3 between 0.25 between all 8.
Well, there's barely a quarter of a second between the whole field, Ian, so.
Could all be on the finish.
Yeah. Smartly away in lane 6. Adam is going well. David Cumberledge as usual, flying at the end. But it's now going to be Richards who's got this one. 4-6. No, Jacob Matthew Richards. 22.43 takes that. He was made to work. Second place was Mills. Cumberledge from the outside lane gets third.
Yeah, so close away. So
yeah,
close. 22.4 down to 22.8. 0.1 separating 5 of them there in the middle. You've got to spot those finishes and get them just right. You can't make a mistake on the dive. You've got there's no room for that here in these 50s these days.
So it's female 50-metre breaststroke. This is our junior final. Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow in 1. Lexi Dunn, Mount Kelly College 2. Our teammate Anastasia Musa in 3. Gabriella Hunt, Team England 4. Millie Serrell, Geary in 5. The senior man, Muse Hill and Whitehall in 6. 7. Shima Taghavi from Canada. And 8. Honor McCarthy, City Glasgow. A bonus for Honor McCarthy getting in the final, Ian.
She's done very well on the 100 last night.
She did.
She win the junior final or 112.8, so PB for her there. She didn't usually always get the 50 quite right. It's like her stroke is set up more for the 100 or the 200. Yeah, I think she'll develop the 50 as she gets older though.
Yeah. Missing lane 2. Honor McCarthy, having spoken about it, has pulled out. Lane 6 perhaps. The swimmer from Musil Whitehall, Cassinia Man, going pretty well. Shima Tagavi, the Canadian, finishing like a train. And I think she might get this one, Ian. At the death, lane 5, lane 4. It's going to be Gabriella Hunt, who just takes that. Anastasia Scat from Mount Kelly in 2nd. And 3rd was a Canadian, Shima Taghavi.
Yeah, it was close on the finish again there. Team England, Gabriella Hunt, taking it 33.6. Millie still back in the water straight after that 400 IM.
This the B final. Emily McGee, Dundee City Aquatics in 1. Lily Green, Mount Kelly College 2. Ellie Campbell, Swim Ireland in 3. Nicoleta Trimkova from Povazko Bishkinov in lane number 4. 5 is Hannah Capron from the city of Brighton and Hove. 6, Elizabeth Booker, Loughborough University. 7, Emily Morgan Hughes, University of Stirling. 8, Anna Farr, Loughborough University.
Yeah, another close race expected.
Smartly away. Main five maybe just shades this at the moment. Cap run. Very, very tight indeed. Inside 15 metres. Well, it could be just be Cap run. Campbell coming through strongly in lane 3. Cap run and Campbell. Campbell maybe just takes that. 32.77 from Cap run. And the Slovakian Demakova in third, 32.77. Just a wee bit faster than the heats.
There we go, all the 50s are done.
So lights dim and move on to the female 50 metres breaststroke super final in lane 1, representing Loughborough University, Sienna Robinson. In 2, representing from Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monsoon Imogen Miles. In 3, from Edinburgh University, Katie Goodburn. In lane 4, from Edinburgh University, Cara Hanlon. In 5, from Edinburgh University is Anna Morgan. In 6, from City Cardiff, Amy Crowley. In lane 7, from Edinburgh University, Charlotte Hardy. And in lane 8, from Mount Kelly College is Jasmine Carter. This is the female 50 metres breaststroke super final. Well, 3 from Edinburgh University in 3, 4 and 5, Ian. Cara Hanlon finished excellently to get the fastest qualifying time together in lane number 4. If this race had been a 25, Katie Goodburn would have won it out the park. At the end.
I mean, Katie Goodburn had such a good 25, first 25 at the start. Cara Hanlon's got the endurance. Anna Morgan swam really well yesterday. And I was threatened between those 3, but not to take away anything from Amy Crowley. The Cardiff swimmer also could be in with a shout here. But Cara Hanlon and Anna Morgan have been going head to head already a few times this season and been really close between them.
So Cara Hanlon second last night in the 100 breaststroke. Looking for the win here.
Well, smartly away in lane 5 was Anna Morgan, Ian.
Yeah, it's a really good start.
Jasmine Carter out pretty well in 8. At the moment, Anna Morgan has the advantage. Cara Hanlon coming through late as she always does, but she's maybe left it too late because Anna Morgan's got this. Cara Hanlon second and possibly lane 8. Jasmine Carter third. Anna Morgan 30.78. What a great swim from Anna. Out very smart indeed, Ian. And that's probably a PB for her. Yeah. Cara Hanlon 31.06.
A nice swim from Charlotte Hardy as well. The other Edinburgh swimmer was actually Katie Goodburn pushed back a bit, but Charlotte Hardy 31.9 in 4th place, so well done to her. But a really strong swim from Anna Morgan there. She won it on the start. She had such a good start, and Cara Hanlon was coming back with every stroke into the finish, but you can see Anna holding on really well.
So this is the fastest heat. Male and open 800 metres freestyle in 1, Thomas Trewick-Cock, Swansea University. 2, Harry Wynne-Jones, Loughborough University. 3, Sean McCann, Loughborough University. 4 is Tyler Melbourne-Smith, Loughborough University. 5 is Luke Hornsey, Loughborough University. 6, Milan Volchok from PK Azek. Then 7, Arthur Logan, Edinburgh University. And in lane 8, Luke McGee, also Loughborough University. So 5 from Loughborough in this one, Ian. And Luke Hornsey looked good last night in the 1500.
Luke swam really well last night in the 15.
Interesting to see how Sean performs
Yeah,
didn't really do himself justice last night.
and most of these swimmers, especially these Loughborough distance swimmers, I know have been away on a training camp recently and are just back from that, so they could be feeling the fatigue from that. And again, it can be the race is the race, obviously. So but you can't always read a lot into the result given training circumstances and then how it's going to play out through taper going into championships. Because I know Sean is someone who really drops a lot on a after he's tapered into an event. Luke can be a wee bit different to that. They both swam really well last season, and I'm sure we're going to see the same this season. But we might not get the big flying PBs tonight.
Yeah. These guys yesterday were probably maybe about 10 seconds or so, 5 to 10 seconds slower than entry times. But pretty respectable times nevertheless. Luke Hornsey in 5.
Yeah, I mean the favourite really is Tyler Melbourne-Smith. He's the best in, you might say he's the best in Britain at this event at the moment. Again, had a really good short cross season. Been a strong freestyler for many years, and is really reaching that kind of international level now. So I'd expect him to be strong. Luke might try and stick with him.
So there's roughly about a 12-second gap on entry times between Melbourne-Smith and Hornsey. The two of them pretty much together at this early stage. Erwin Jones got a further second or so back, and Sean McCann turning in 4th. So the Loughborough quartet in 2, 3, 4 and 5.
So you want to get through that first 200 pretty smooth in an 800, and then often the top swimmers look to maybe just try and push on a little bit. You want to hold your pace now, or just try and accelerate a little bit as you've gone through the first quarter of the race with relative comfort. This is where people start to, the strategy tends to unfold now.
Melbourne-Smith just getting about a quarter of a second advantage.
You can see from that length that Smith and Hornsey were the only two who split in the 30 point. Everyone else was 31 seconds. So we'll see if they can hold that pace. Yeah.
What a question, I think, from Luke's point of view, just trying to keep as close as he can and keep a nice steady pace.
Yeah, you almost want to wind it up and wind it up and wind it up as you go through an 800. And finish, you need to finish really strong. You've got to have a bit left for that last 100 or even the last 50 to turn of speed if you want to win at an international level these days. It's not just, so often people think about it as an endurance race, but it's really important that you can have the endurance, and then whilst still feeling tired, you've got this extra gear to go to for a short sprint near the end, and that's not easy to train for that.
Pacing a wee bit over the 8-minute mark, Ian.
Yeah, they'll be close to it. I mean, Tyler might, we'll see how he goes, he might be able to pick up and hold that, then dip under 8 minutes. Luke looks like he might be just outside based on this pace.
just gone over halfway. And Melbourne Smith just beginning to inject a wee bit extra pace in. Luke pretty consistent in the sort of high 30s.
Yeah, hanging on. He's just losing about half a second per length now to Tyler. But he's also still gaining from everyone else.
Again, a sort of lowish 30 and a sort of highish 30. Just gone about 2/3 of the race now. Coming up to 5:50. See the lap cards at the far end showing 5, which is 250 metres to go.
Just over the 5:30 mark. So again, if he holds that and then drops a fast 50 at the end, he could break 8.
Well, the other 3 Loughborough swimmers, 3rd, 4th and 5th in. Sean McCann, Harry Wynne-Jones and Luke McGee. But it's been pretty steady all throughout, lowish 30s and a highish 30s for both those swimmers. Other swimmers behind are sort of mid-31s, almost a mid-31s.
Yeah, they're dropping back over a second per length compared to Tyler Melbourne-Smith, who, yeah, that was a minute 0.7. I've only got 150 to go now.
Those 2 splits, I think, are probably the slowest they've done, 30:44 and a 31:02. The bell will be ringing for both guys when they come down. So we'll just see if our leader can nip under that 8-minute mark.
And we're just outside. He's going to have to go 58.91 to do it, which is perfectly within his capability. But he doesn't need to do it to win the race.
Luke picked up as well, 30:29.
We should see Luke pushing on. He's not going to catch Tyler, of course, now. But he looks still like he's got energy and pushing on hard at the end of this race.
Well, every chance that he might just sneak under. He just has to come back in a 29.2, Ian.
Yep.
Doesn't have the luxury of having to do a turn as well.
So, in theory, yeah, he's going to do it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about 58, Ian. 7:58.15. Great finish, 27:36. Hornsey's had a solid swim, 8:05.14.
That's good, he'll be happy with that.
That's about a second for every 100 over his entry time. Sean McCann, 8:12.61 with McGee, 8:15.81. I'm sure Luke will be pretty happy with that, Ian, you'd expect.
I think for the conditions this time of the year,
yeah.
Both Tyler and Luke are going to say that's good for me. Take that. Sean will say I'll be quicker than that.
Better days to come.
When you next see me, I'll be going faster than that. And probably the other lads in that race too.
So that's the last event for our Mayo and Open. We have 3 more to finish the session. It's still with freestyle. This is 200 metres. It's the junior final. Going in lane 1 from Team England is Alice Young. In 2 from Newcastle Swim Team, Elizabeth Land. in 3 from Millfield School. Megan Higgs. 4 from the East Lothian swim team, Zara Kravis. 5 from Warner Bass Club, Phoebe Arbuckle. 6 from Derwent Side and Gateshead, Alice Forrest. 7 Asta Maddox from Millfield School. And 8 Kerry Henney, Team England. 204.61 for both Zara and Phoebe. 209.92 is the slowest, so just about a second and a third. But this could go anywhere.
Both Zara and Phoebe swam quite well this morning in that 204. Not really Phoebe's distance, and Zara's, you know, she's good at this event, but she has a spread of events that she can do. Lane 3 though, going out strong at the moment. It's Megan Higgs from Millfield, and alongside her Elizabeth Land from Newcastle are the 2 leaders at the moment.
All pretty close in as you'd expect. All 8 swimmers all still in a shout for this one.
Yeah, there was
Asta Maddox over in 7 going well.
Zara's just let herself just drop back a bit there. Don't want to do too much. Hope she's going to come strong in this third length.
2 girls on near side. Elizabeth Land going well.
So Phoebe Arbuckle put in a good split there. She had the fastest split of the 8 on the second length. Now the race starts to really move now. Lane 7 is at it. That's Asta Maddox. She's making her move. Lane 2 is Elizabeth Land. Phoebe Arbuckle coming in the middle. Watch for Zara Kowich down the final 50.
At the moment it's Land, the Newcastle swimmer, with the advantage from Maddox and Young. We're almost together. Well, just over half a second advantage. At the moment, Elizabeth Land's looking pretty good. And over the far side in 7. Maddox still well there. Finishing strongly is Zara Kravitz to try and get into the mix. But it's the black cap of Newcastle, Elizabeth Land, who I think is possibly just going to hang on. Maddox in 2nd and Zara Kravitz 3rd. Great finish from Zara from virtually nowhere. Taking her into 3rd place.
Zara had the fastest last 50. 204.04. She might be slightly annoyed she didn't get under the 204 into the 3s. But it was a good pace race. Arbuckle back in 7th. But the winner, Newcastle's Elizabeth Land, 202.
So we move on to our B final. B finalists are in 1, Sophie Davis, Millfield School. 2 is Annabelle Compton, Wickham District. 3, Mary Harris, Swansea University. 4 is Jessica Podger, Bath University. 5 is Grace Davidson, Swim Ireland. 6, Lucy Hope, University of Stirling. 7, Matilda Potter, City of Leeds. And 8, Maxine Clark from Canada. (2:02.19 to 2:04.33). Well, a couple of seconds or so between fastest and slowest coming into this B final. Strongly away is Grace Davidson, Irish swimmer, in lane 5, with Lucy Hope just on her shoulder in lane 6.
Yeah, strong field this for a B final, to be fair. Grace Davidson's been swimming really well over the past year or so, so he's gone out fast here at 27.8. That's fast for an opening 50 in a 200.
And already almost a full body length clear. Lucy Hope, at the moment, maybe just biding her time in 2nd place. Not that far behind in 3rd. This is a poacher.
Yeah, Mary Harris as well, in good place. So, you know, they're very experienced. Lucy Hope and Mary Harris, they should know how to set these races up for the best outcome.
At the moment, to Grace Davidson, still about a body length clear. The rest will now have to put a bit of a charge, which I'm sure they're capable of doing. Podger.
Everyone on a 31 split. Yeah. Davidson's really strong here. I don't think they're gonna get to her now. It's a fight between the other three for second place.
Lucy Hope with a late charge, but she's not going to get anywhere near Grace Davidson, who's controlled this race throughout, Ian.
She has. She set off fast and she's held it, kept it going all the way through.
Lucy Hope and Jess Podger take. Mary Harris actually got up to take third, but that was a very controlled race from Grace Davidson, Ian.
2 minutes, 0.42. And I mean, she'll be pleased with that, but she might just be a wee bit annoyed that she didn't go a wee bit quicker in the morning and put herself into the A final, where she might get pulled along to a faster time. So final race of the night.
It is indeed our super final in lane 1 from Mount Kenny College, Sophie Beth. Lane 2 from Manchester Performance Centre, Leah Schlosser. Lane 3 from University of Stirling, Freya Anderson. In lane 4 from Torfin Dolphin is Theodora Taylor. And lane 5 from Loughborough Performance Centre is Freya Colbert. In lane 6 from Manchester Performance Centre, Abby Wood. In lane 7 from Canada, Marley Rizzer. And in lane 8 from Loughborough University, Jessica Smelt. This is the female 200 metres freestyle super final. It's a super one to finish with as well, Ian. As we said earlier, Freya Anderson, Freya Colbert, Abby Wood, along with Theodora Taylor, and the Canadian Ali Wisner. So in there.
It's a really strong 200 freestyle lineup.
3 of them under the 2 minute mark in the heats. Expect a few of them to be well under the 2 minutes in this one. Theodora came into the meet in a 2:00:60 and she went full second faster, 1:59.55 to take the meet record, the junior meet record that is, by virtue a second. 2:00:52 had stood. So this should be a really good one to finish with, Ian. Well, Freya Colbert smartly out here.
Yeah, she won't want to hang back here. I think Freya will attack this from the off, make her mark, make it difficult for the other challengers if they see her out in front.
She is the meet record holder on a 1:57.82.
She's pushing it on. She's got a high turnover, strong kick.
She's already put out a statement in this first 100, Ian.
Yeah, she's pulled it very much away from 3 and 4. Abby Wood trying to go with her. Freya's out in 56.1. That is fast. 28.6 on the second 50, very fast to do that. She's looking for that British record. Abby Wood's having a good swim, trying to hang on to the feet of Freya Colbert. Everyone else has slipped back. Anderson, Taylor, Leo Slosson going okay in lane 2.
Yeah, it was going pretty well in lane 2. 1:25.57. Freya Colbert. Well,
this could be a British record if she holds that pace.
If she can maintain that, it could well be in. Certainly on from taking the Edinburgh International record. This could be something special to finish day 2. Freya Colbert coming in inside the final few metres, and I think we've got a British record. It's a new British record indeed, Ian. 1:54.98. What a swim, Ian. And she took it right out hard from the start. And I think she can't believe it herself, Ian. Wow.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
amazing swim that stood for a long time.
1:54.
We've never had anyone go under 1:54, under 1:55 before. Abby Wood swam well to get second place in 1:57.2. We should be pleased with that. As will
Theodora
Slosson.
Taylor, 1:59.49 by a mere 600ths, but she already had taken it. Theodora Taylor improves that meet record from this morning. But a cracking race to finish the proceedings. A new British record, 1:54.98. Well done, Freya Colbert. Thank you for giving us that to finish day 2. So from Ian Wright, our National Scottish Performance Coach, and myself, Robert Taylor, thank you for joining us on day 2 at the Edinburgh International Swim Meet, and we bid you farewell on day 2.
Good evening.